And welcome back to the channel, everyone, with myself, David, aka Millionaire Incorporated. Hope you've all been well. Hope you've had a great profitable week trading and that you've implemented some new skills and strategies and learned something. Because one thing with crypto, with Forex, it is a constant lesson and you're constantly learning new things as you go through the journey of trading. So, as you know, every weekend I like to touch base and go over the charts for the pair pound yen to see what it kind of did. We could have taken some potential entries and profit areas. So let's dive into it. Well, before I do, remember guys, this isn't financial advice. These are just my views on the pair and what it's actually done and where I see it going moving forward. If you need personal financial advice, go seek out a professional financial advisor to tailor financial advice to your needs. And like I said, these videos are just for educational purposes only and only my views. So without further ado, or as well as that, don't forget guys, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, drop a like, leave me a comment, say hello, let me know who you are, what's going on. As well as that, if you've been coming back and watching these videos over and over again, I would really appreciate it if you did hit the subscribe button because it would mean a lot to me, or even just leave a like. That actually helps me with the algorithm and gets these videos out to more people. Okay, so the pound yen. So from last week, I was actually saying that we could potentially finally get that exhaustion at that 156 area for a bit of a move down, a bit of a correction move. And we kind of did see that because you can see here, came respected off that 156 area and kind of started moving down. So the week opened up on this 4-hour candle just here. So it opened like below. It kind of, I'll just kind of zoom in a little bit so it makes it a bit clearer. So kind of opened lower, came up higher, kind of tested this area again before coming down and kind of bouncing a little bit before actually making that first plummet there. So I was actually in a trade from the end of last week, actually like right here. So I had an early entry and held it over the weekend, which I typically don't normally do. But you could have taken a trade off that 4-hour close there where it had that kind of created that bearish candle there. So let's grab this. So there's a few actual areas you could have actually taken this short. So at the end of this, close this 4-hour candle just here. As you know, I always like to go 2 to 1 risk reward with a 40 pip stop loss and 80 pip take profit. And that would have been that trade there. Sometimes you can adjust it depending on where the actual zones are. So you could have probably taken it up a little bit higher than there and taken it down to this area just here of support. So this is going to be an actual area we're going to kind of look at and keep an eye on because it did test this area before kind of going higher again. So I'll just kind of pop that there. So I was actually looking at either the price coming down to this area here or to this area in here somewhere. So you can see it did actually respect that area there. So that would have been your first trade. Now you could have either taken it on, like I said, that 4-hour close there, or let's drop down to the 1-hour. Just off this candle here. So you're almost in the exact same kind of area. Like I said, there's a few spots you could either taken it from these exhaustion candles just here. Let me get rid of this so you can see where that trade was taken. So you could have taken it, like I said, from those exhaustion candles just there, or at that bearish kind of close on that 1-hour candle there, where it was kind of respecting this. This area kind of just here, so you can kind of see it has struggled to kind of break above this part right there. So it kind of came up, exhausted, came back down, tested this one area of 155, kind of 50, came back up, tested that area, closed below, and dropped. So that was, like I said, your first area you could have taken a trade, either from those couple of candles just here, or this candle just here. Then as I came down, you could have actually taken a buy from this after it actually respected that kind of high just there. So I actually missed that trade. I was actually hoping for it to kind of come back lower again, test it one more time before moving up higher, but obviously didn't do that. So taking it from there, as always, 40 pip, Stop loss, 80 pip take profit. And it would have just given you that trade there. And it's probably a pretty decent area to kind of take profit there, where you can see it kind of opened and kind of closed on that area there. So those are probably like your two, possibly three easy trade or two easy trades you could have taken for the week, without too much risk in the trade, because it moved a little bit better this week compared to last week, where we had that kind of ranging market all the week and then all of a sudden just took off, which was quite honestly a pain in the ass. And now we're kind of in this area here where it does the same similar thing, kind of created that kind of exhaustion candle and moved lower. And potentially it could move lower to this 154.50 area or 154.40 area next week. So on the daily, let's have a quick look at this. So you can kind of see it's kind of exhausted there, came up, closed lower, came back up, didn't break any of those highs and kind of come back low. So we could actually see it coming down to this area just here. So that's what I'm kind of looking for the week ahead. It's actually pretty straightforward in saying that we are still in an uptrend. So potentially could come down, test this area here, or potentially even lower to there. Let me get rid of some of these because I don't need all of that. I'm going to get rid of, I'm going to leave those two there. But let's have a look on the higher time frames, like the weekly, see what it's actually done in the past, like we're going way back. Like I said, obviously we're in that kind of bull market or bull run kind of thing. So we can move up to this 160, 156.60 area still. So it has a little bit of room to move to that, to kind of feel that kind of wick on the weekly candles before moving lower. Let's see what it looks like on this. So kind of just there, 154.60. Otherwise, it could move up to this area just here of almost 158. So it can potentially move higher still, but looking on the line chart, you can see it's actually been quite bullish lately. So we could get that retracement down a little bit lower before moving higher, but it's one of those things where you just kind of watch and wait, see what it's actually done, see how it's moving. Let's move back over here quickly. So 156 there, or this area just here. So 157.8 is probably a decent area to kind of keep an eye on. 158 kind of thing. So if it continues moving higher, so that's on the daily. So that's what I see it doing. Let me just zoom in again. So let's grab this arrow. So like I said, could come down to either this area here. Adjust my chart so it's going to be a bit easier to kind of see. To that area there, or lower to this area down here. So that's what I'm kind of watching. So I guess you could say that 130, 153 area, 153.40 area, like in that zone there, kind of keep an eye on that. Or it could actually kind of bounce from this area and, like I said, continue high to that 156.50 area. So as always, you just got to kind of watch price action, see what it's actually doing, see what it's doing in certain areas and how it's going to react in those areas before taking trades. I'll just actually delete. Got to clean a lot of this up actually. Sorry guys. Otherwise it gets way too confusing. I try to keep my charts obviously as clean as possible. I've obviously got a lot of kind of areas I keep an eye on. But that just helps me with my trading and how I actually plan things. So cool. So clean it up a bit there more. So if you want, let me know what you guys think of what the pair might do for the week ahead. Like I said, still very bullish, so we could see that kind of respecting this area here before moving higher. If it doesn't, it will just kind of continue lower to the next zone. So you're kind of going from zone to zone, seeing how price plays out at each zone before kind of making overall decisions. Always do proper risk management, and don't risk too much of your portfolio in any one trade. Obviously, follow that 2% of your portfolio per trade. Risk going for 2-to-1 risk rewards at minimum. So I hope that's been helpful for you guys. Don't forget, drop a comment, let me know what you think. Leave me a like, that would help a lot, would be muchly appreciated. And if you're new and you find value in this this content, don't forget to subscribe, because I am putting out a lot more videos on this, or weekly videos on this, and I'm also doing a lot of videos on crypto, because you can actually use these principles of zone trading to trade cryptos, and it's actually working pretty well. So I'm going to do a video on that in a couple of weeks' time. So as always, guys, catch you again next week on the next video, and have a great weekend.